Super excited to be back crafting with you today for my weekly class that I hold every week. It's a class to go. So, welcome. When you get the notification, please chime in, say hello, let me know where you're watching from. As you can see, the crafty cat is over my shoulder. He's hanging out and crafting. He's very happy. He's now trimming his toenails by the look of him. So I found this new feature today on my program that I use for streaming my videos, and I just wanted to show you something that I found. We could actually be hanging out and having a good time with a bit of music in the background. There's all different types of music. So this one is called Chill Hop. But it's amazing what you can find when you're just browsing around, having a look. And here's another one. This one's hip hop. So we could absolutely chill out with some music while we craft. And you wouldn't have to listen to my voice. Just kidding. Anyway, please say hello. Hi, Donna Lee from Victoria. I'm looking at your name, Donna Lee. My daughter's name is Denny Lee. So every time I see a name, Donna Lee, I think of my daughter, Denny Lee. So, and most people, when I say it quickly, they say, "Is it Donna Lee?" I said, "No, it's Denny Lee." Hi, Darby. How you going? You love watching my videos right before you go to bed. Well, I hope it relaxes you. I hope it doesn't give you nightmares. I actually was just going to tell you a little bit of a story. So, of course, where I live, I went out. I have a water tank. Okay, so I've been on a diet. I've been drinking water. I've been trying to keep up my 2 liters of water every day, and I've got a water tank. So I've got rainwater out in beside my house. And so there was a day that I was inside, and it was really, really hot. And I had the air conditioning going, and I was quite comfortable. But I ran out. I had 1 liter of my water, and I thought I'll just duck out and I'll fill up my water bottle and I'll come back in. And you would not believe it. I slid the glass sliding door behind me to keep the cool air in. And I filled my water bottle up and I came back. And sure as eggs, when I went to open the glass door, I was physically locked out. Okay. So I was like, oh my Lord, I'm locked out. And believe it or not, my spare set of keys that I normally have planted in my backyard, I had given to a friend of mine. So I actually didn't have any keys to get inside. I physically didn't have my phone with me because I left it sitting on the recliner chair. The door automatically locked by itself. And it's done it one other time too. It's actually got this mechanism in it that's supposed to stop it from locking. And sometimes when you actually bang the door a little bit too hard, it must set the spring off and it actually flings the lock down and locks the door. So, of course, I'm outside and I'm thinking to myself, I have no phone to ring anyone. I have no keys. I knew that my friend who lived down around the corner, but it was a fair walk from my place, had keys. So I was like, what can I do? And of course, my gates on my sides of my house are locked and they're high gates. So I'm like, well, even to get out of the backyard, to go anywhere, I'm going to have to climb the gates. Anyway, to cut a long story short, I did get out through the gates. And I'm not going to tell how I got out through the gates because I don't want anyone knowing how to actually get through my gates, even though they're locked. So I got out through my gates. And then luckily I had a pair of shoes out the back because it was boiling hot. And normally I don't have shoes out the back, but I had a pair of thongs out the back. So I was lucky that I had my thongs out the back. So I thought, what can I do? And no neighbors were home. So I thought, well, the next best thing is to walk to friends of mine that I know. So I've got a lady that lives around the corner from me. I thought I'll go and see if Jan's home. Anyway, Jan wasn't home, of course. I walk around, Jan's not home. Then I thought, well, Kerry lives about 4 or 5 doors further on. I'll go and see if Kerry's home. And luckily enough, Kerry was home and she actually gave me a lift. And Kerry said, what would you have done if I wasn't home? And I said, well, I would have just had to hike it all the way to Lucy's place in the boiling hot. At least I had a drink of water. That was one good thing. I actually had a drink of water. But yeah, I physically had locked myself out. It's the first time ever. It's been a nightmare of mine. I mean, that's why I plant keys outside so that if I do get locked out, then I can always get in. But the issue that I have with the side gates being locked, I'm going to have to plant a key out the front and plant a key out the back. So anyway, I was just thinking about that story because just a while ago I went out to fill my water bottle up and I thought, do not shut that glass door or otherwise everyone's going to say, where's Donna? She was supposed to go live this afternoon. Oh, that's right. She's locked out outside, out the back and can't get out, can't get back in. So that was a bit of a funny story that I had. And believe it or not, in the time of me trying to work out how I was going to get over those gates, I've turned around because I went to one gate down the side of my garage and I thought, no, I physically can't get over there. There was no way that I could get up on anything. And I thought, no, I physically can't get over there. So I've turned around to come back to go around the other side of the house to the other gate. And as I've turned around, there's a brown snake on my footpath right near my hot water system. So I had physically walked past that brown snake and not even seen it when I was trying to work out how to get over the gate. So, the moral to the story is always make sure you've got keys out the front and keys out the back. So, yeah, it was a little bit of a situation that I got myself into. So, I'm needless to say, I've got some extra sets of keys, and I was just lucky that my friend had the keys. But anyway, so I can see quite a few of you jumped on. You don't need to hear all of my silly stories of goings on, but that's just one of the fun things that happens when you when something happens when you least expect it. So welcome everybody. I'm here today to do my live weekly class. So how my live weekly class goes, I'm going to create 3 cards here this afternoon using the Adoring Hearts stamp set and die set. And for anyone that places an order with me using the host code for the week between now, which is the 6th of February, right through to Saturday night, which is the 10th of February, anyone that places an order over $100 or more and uses my host code, you will get a card kit to make 2 of each of these projects that I make today. So you will get everything in your card kit, the cardstock and the paper. You will not get die cuts, so you'll have to have the actual bundle itself, or you'll have to incorporate something else in your craft studio to be able to do it. But you'll get the supplies, the consumable supplies, so the ribbon, the embellishments and things to actually recreate 2 of each of these cards that I create today. So not only would you get the free kit from me today if you actually place a $100 order, you will also earn yourself a free celebration item. So you probably might want to put the gorgeous paper that I'm using today as your free celebration item, and then you can definitely make many, many more of these cards. So welcome everybody, and it's so good to see quite a few of you chiming in. So let's get to crafting, because that's what you want to be here for. So the only other thing that I want to say before we actually pop the camera down onto the desk is celebration time. So for every $90 that you spend, you can earn a free item. Now they've added more things to celebration, which just makes it so much better. And I mean, like, celebration is a great time to buy, but it's also a great time to join. So we have a great joining offer. You will see that this beautiful glass mat studio that I am using, you will see I'm going to use it in several ways today. So you're going to see exactly how this glass mat studio is something that you're definitely going to need in your craft room. So you get to choose $235 worth of product, and you only pay $169, but you get the glass mat studio that's worth $106 for free. Or if you already own a glass mat studio, you can actually go for the extra products, so the $51 extra product. Now, everything that I'm using here today can be purchased through my online store. It is all current product out of our January to April mini catalog. So just remember, if this is the first time you've watched me, please jump on, say hello, let me know where you're watching from. If you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer any questions you may have. And as I said, you can earn the kit for free from today's class if you place a $100 order or more through my online store using my host code. Now, if you can see that, where are we? That QR code. Oh, wow, that's really hard to see. That QR code right there. If you click on that QR code, that actually has the host code already connected to it, and it will go straight to my online store. So if there's anything that you think that you might like out of what I'm doing, I've also popped a supply list in the description of the video as well. So hello and welcome, everyone. So who have we got? We've got DonnaG, we've got Darby, welcome. Joanne Boone, hello, welcome. Jenny, Christine, hello. Kay, how you going? Julie, wonderful to see you. Marilyn, wonderful that you've joined. Lorraine, Lighthouse Stamping Lorraine, hello from Vancouver. Thank you for joining. Sue, welcome. Christine, so Sue is saying hi, Christine. So welcome, everybody. So please sit back, enjoy. We've got some fun crafting things to do this afternoon. And I'm going to give the new Brayer a run for its money. So if you have seen that we have the Brayer that has come back in our catalog, I'm going to give the Brayer a run for its money, and I'm going to show you a few tips and things that you can do. Theo is in the background, so Julie's asking me where Theo is. The crafty cat is in the background. If you want to check him out, he's on his chair over there. There he is. I've put him way over there so he can sleep comfortably. But the crafty cat is in the craft studio. So he is here and he is hanging out with us and crafting with us. So let's get to this fun crafty session. All right, so I'm going to create 3 cards. I'm using the Adoring Hearts stamp set, which is in our mini catalog. It has the hybrid embossing folder, so we're going to give the hybrid embossing folder a bit of a run for its money. We're also going to use the gorgeous, oh dearie me, this is a free item as well. Softly, I'm getting it probably mixed up with, where are we? Softly Sophisticated. So I'm using this gorgeous embossing folder here that is a free item. And I'm also going to be using another free item that I'm going to be using is, of course, the beautiful Most Adored Designer Series paper. Of course, it goes with this gorgeous Adoring Hearts bundle. So as I said, you can, for every $90 you spend during the month of February 2024, you will earn yourself a free item out of that catalog. All right, so first of all, I'm going to clean my space because I have been playing around a little bit this afternoon. So I'm going to bring my chamois in on that gorgeous glass mat. So this glass mat is what you can actually get for free. You will get the glass mat, you will get the chamois, and you will also get this awesome silicone tray that actually sticks to your glass mat. So it's a silicone tray, it sticks to your glass mat, and you're able to pop things in these little components, which I've got a whole heap of die cuts that I'm ready to use. But I'm also going to show you what you can do with an ink pad and when we go to use our brayer with that. So for $106, you would purchase this. For the month of February, you are able to get it free when you choose $235 worth of product and you're only paying $169. Now, I keep my chamois in just an old case that I have. Now, if you've got an old stamp case or an old DVD case, it's really good to keep it in something like that, and it keeps it moist while you're actually creating. All right, so let's just move that silicone tray out of the way for 1 minute because I actually want to bring in my first thing that I will be doing. So I'm going to use a basic white card base. I'm going to use a Flirty Flamingo layer. I'm also going to use some of the Designer Series paper, which is that Most Adored Designer Series paper. I'm just wiping the back of my silicone tray because it's got a little bit of dust on it, and I want it to stick to the tray really, really well so you can see how this silicone tray actually works. All right, so I've got that sorted, and I'll pop that back in there. All right, so the first thing that I'm going to do, the beauty of this glass mat too is it's got a great stamping surface. So it's really, really great as a surface underneath for when you're stamping. So you get really good crisp stamped images when you stamp on this surface because it is totally flat. And sometimes what happens is when you actually have a rough surface, you'll find that your stamps won't stamp really well because you may have a bit of a divot in your table, and then that won't let your stamp. Now, I did have a question that was asked of me the other day. Do I not use my pierce mats anymore? And actually, to tell you the truth, this is such a beautiful surface. I don't actually have to use my pierce mat. But if you still have trouble, even with the glass mat, then my suggestion would be to use the pierce mat. So now I'm going to do some tone-on-tone stamping. And all I'm going to do is I've got Flirty Flamingo ink, and I'm just going to stamp randomly around with this gorgeous heart that comes in this bundle. Now, as you can see, I can actually stamp off and I can stamp onto that glass mat, and I am able to stamp off and not have to worry about having a scrap piece of paper underneath me. And I can physically just pick that up, grab my chamois, and wipe off that ink that's gone on there. And straight away you've got a clean surface. You're not wasting paper by having to have a scrap piece of paper underneath you. But we've now got that beautiful tone-on-tone look with that layer. Okay, so the next thing that I want to do is I've got my card base here. I'm going to fold in half. So this is our thick basic white card base. Now we have two different types of white cardstock. One is our thick cardstock and one is our regular cardstock. The thick is designed to do for your card bases. The regular is designed for you to actually use as your layers. So if you're going to pop a layer on top of this, it's designed to do that. Now, yesterday when I was actually crafting, I created this by putting it through our hybrid embossing folder. So if this is the first time you've seen this, we actually have what they call a hybrid embossing folder that goes with this. So this hybrid embossing folder is designed to have the die go inside of it, and it actually sits always on that side that has the Stampin' Up! Emblem on it with the blade facing upwards, and you'll find that you'll wiggle it around until it sits in place. And then what I did was I popped my cardstock on over the top, popped it in, ran it through. So I not only got this, that is the negative piece, I also got a lot of these hearts and things that I actually have cut out here as well. So I'm actually using some of the things that I had left over from yesterday, and I will be creating a card with that. Now, my thought process was I wouldn't mind having this as a little bit of a see-through type of thing. So I think I can get away with cutting this down to be able to fit on there. So I'm just going to have a bit of a rough gamble at cutting it down. So it's actually at 6 inches. So I'm going to cut a quarter of an inch off there. If I can cut a quarter of an inch off there and I can cut a quarter of an inch, I can. So I'm going to cut a quarter of an inch. It's going to go right close to those hearts. Okay, but I've still got an edge there. I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to cut a quarter of an inch off that one as well. Okay, so I've still got the edging there, but I've actually cut it down a little bit. So now I'm going to just go like, actually I'm going to take it as close as I can to that top. I'm probably going to take that little bit off there. And let's see if we can get this to 3 3/4. Let's see where we go to. And 3 3/4 is going to work. Look at that. What have I done? 5.5 by 3 3/4. Yes. Okay. So I now have this piece that can go over that. Okay. So how awesome is that to be able to use? Now I can even save that piece because I can even use that piece on another project as well. All right. So we've got that happening just like that. So I'm actually going to glue that on. I think I'm going to pop it up because I think it will look really nice popped up. So let's grab some, oops, and that just went in my ink pad, but never mind. We're going to grab some dimensionals and we're going to pop some dimensionals on that layer. There. Okay, one there, one there, one there. And I'm going to cut just some little pieces to be able to go, oh no, actually one will fit down the bottom there. I think it should nearly fit. Yes, it will. And one will fit on the bottom on the other side, but I'll have to cut some little pieces just for that top section up here because it's a little bit thinner. So I'm just going to grab just some edge pieces here and that will do that corner. Like so and like so. Okay. Now, we're going to pop that up on there like that. That looks good. Yes, Margaret, the crafty cat is in the house. He was complaining just before I went on, just as much to say, please do not go and do a video without feeding me first. So I decided to feed him. It's a little bit early for him to eat dinner. He's probably going to be whinging and whining at 3 o'clock in the morning that he's hungry again. But I thought it was better than him complaining because he was rubbing all around my legs and I thought he's going to drive me insane if I don't go and feed him. So I'm just going to bring that down and hover over the top because it's actually going to fit exactly on there. So I'm going to hover over the top and pop it down. So the best thing to do when you've got dimensionals and you're trying to do, because you only get one sort of go at it, is just hover over the top with your fingers underneath it and you'll find that then it will actually fit into place. So we've got that. Now, I do have this ribbon. It is not actually the color of Flirty Flamingo, but I thought it was actually a nice combination. So I thought I might actually use that ribbon across there. So I'm just going to grab my Seal Plus, because you all know me, got to have a bit of ribbon. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that right smack bang in the middle of those hearts, like so. And I thought, what better bundle to be using when it's Valentine's Day soon. So I thought, you know, there's many people out there that have loved ones that they love to buy chocolates and things and give their loved ones a card. So I did actually send a reel to my daughter that says, oh, look, I got flowers for Valentine's Day. I wonder who bought them for me. And then it goes, oh, wait, it was me. But it's okay. I had many Valentine's Day that I got flowers and chocolates. And I don't need flowers and chocolates these days, I can tell you. All right, so we've got that. So let's bring in our little tray of goodies that we have here. So what I've actually done is I've popped quite a few goodies in this tray. So I've got some hearts that I've cut out. I've also done something here. So this is something really special, and I'm going to show you how to do this in a minute. But that's something really special that I have done with the embossing folder. So so I will actually get to that in a little while. I think I'm going to use one of those. One of these. I love these hearts because they're all different shapes and all different types of hearts. And no, I think I might use another one of these. No. Why is it that you can't decide what you want to do? Okay, I think I'm going to just do an arrangement like that. And I think I might pop that one on top. All right, so I'm just going to, with a bit of Seal Plus, a little bit of Seal Plus on the back there. That one's going to glue there. A little bit of Seal Plus. Oh, I think I'll use it that way up. On the back of that one. That one's going to go there. This one, I think I will use it that way. Just going to go up there in the middle. Okay. So we have that. And then, of course, we will grab something out of here. We might do... Oh, do I have any round punches in here? Oh, I have... All my round punches are out in the craft studio. We might be able to do a tag like this. And what can we do as the sentiment? We've got with all my heart. Okay, I might do that on a piece of white. Okay, so I'm going to punch out some white cardstock with our little punch. Okay, I'm going to ink up with all my heart. No, I'm not going to do with all my heart. It needs something. I love you. Okay. We're getting into the Valentine's Day here. All right, so I'm going to do with real red, I'm going to do I love you. I could have even cut just a little heart out, but I'm just going to do, sorry, I adore you. Thought it said I love you. It says I adore you. So there you go. And then I'm actually going to use this gorgeous flower, and I'm just going to stamp over the top of that I adore you with my Flirty Flamingo. And my Flirty Flamingo, I need to tell you, needs to be re-inked. Okay. So we've got that gorgeous flower there. And I'm just going to pop that just in there like that, and I'll pop a bow on. And I think that looks super, super cute. All right, so let's pop some dimensionals on behind there so that we can pop that one in there. Okay. I adore you. We could actually pop that heart over the top. That one looks good. Okay. And then, of course, with that ribbon, we can just do a cute little bow. How would the flower heart go? Sorry, Julie, I'm just reading your comment. Okay. I adore you. I think that looks super cute. All right, so let's just pop our little bow in there. I adore you. So we've got some gorgeous hearts. We've got a cute little tag with I adore you. Now, of course, we need to do our insert. So I think for the insert, I'm definitely going to use that flower stamp because I think it's absolutely gorgeous. So let's just do a gorgeous flower in there. And then I might actually do that other sentiment that I had that says, with all my heart. I adore you with all my heart. Okay, so let's grab our real red again. with all my heart. Okay. Now, I have some cute little hearts that I have cut out here, which I think are super, super cute. So we might just glue a couple of those little hearts on the inside as well. So I'm just going to add a little tiny bit of glue and pop that just above that sentiment. All right. Just going to close the ink pads up before I get them all over me. So then, of course, we will then adhere that to the inside of our card. Just like so. And then I'm going to use some of our gorgeous festive pearls, and we will pop one there, one just there, and maybe one. Whoop, one maybe just up in there. So how cute is that for card number 1? So not very hard to do, quite easy design, using up some of the scraps that you are actually, when you're going to run the embossing folder through anyway to get those hearts. So it's just using the negative piece. So don't throw pieces like that away. It's really, really awesome. Oh, really, Jenny? It's not audible in the States? Well, that's a shame. We have it here in the South Pacific. All right, so let's move on to card number 2. Now, I want to show you something that I've done here with card number 2. I've got a white card base once again. Now, I have a couple of different things that I've showed that I've done with the embossing folder. So I want to just grab that embossing folder that I was just... Where did I put that? There it is. Okay, so I want to grab this embossing folder. I want to bring in that silicone tray and glue it onto my glass mat. I'm going to pop I think I'm going to do it in real red. Okay, I'm going to pop my real red ink there. I'm going to grab my brayer. Sorry, I'm going to pop my real red ink in here. So I'm going to grab my brayer. I'm just going to pop those things aside. I'm going to grab my brayer, and I'm actually going to ink up my brayer. So these are brand new that we have. We had them many, many years ago, and they've now brought them back. Everyone wanted the brayers, so they've now brought them back. I did have a team member that was saying to me, can you please show me how the brayer works? So I wanted to let her know that this is the way that it works. So I'm actually going to ink up my brayer. So when you ink up your brayer, you're actually going to roll your brayer on your ink pad. You're going to roll it, lift it up, roll it and lift it up, and get it to be inked up nice and level, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to ink in this embossing folder. So I've got the the Stampin' Up! Emblem on this side. I'm not going to do it on that side. I'm actually going to do it on this side that's the raised up side, because what I want is I want it to be on that raised up pattern. So I'm just going to run my brayer over, and you can see on this embossing folder, you can see when you are coloring the bits and pieces. Now, you could do this in lots of different ways. You could actually do it in an ombre look, that you can do it darker down the bottom compared to up the top, so you can get more of an ombre type of look. But just keep going at different angles, making sure that you're getting the edges all done. And don't panic, our ink is water-based ink. So because it's actually water-based ink, it's not going to ruin our embossing folders. It may stain, a little bit depending on the colors. Now it's got these little legs. You can actually flip that brayer over and sit it on the little legs and the ink doesn't get on your desk, okay? So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a layer. Now I'm going to pop it in the side that I haven't put the ink on, okay? So the idea is not to touch this one. I'm going to put it on the side that I haven't put the ink on. I'm then going to straighten it up, get it where I want it to be, and then I'm going to close that folder without moving the cardstock, okay? I'm going to pop that over to the side, out of the way. I'm then going to bring in my cut and emboss machine. And, of course, this is a 3D embossing folder. So, and I need to move that up a little bit. So it's a 3D embossing folder. So, therefore, oh, and you can see how it sticks. The tray sticks to the glass mat. Oh, I need to move it up so I can fit that in. All right. So I'm now going to pop the fold in. I've got this sitting this way. I'm now going to pop the fold in, going through the machine first. I've got just my base plate, and then I'm actually going to pop that number 4 plate over the top. I'm going to run that through the embossing machine. Okay. All right, so now, whoops, and of course the embossing machine sticks to the glass mat really, really well. So that's one thing about the glass mat. And now are you ready for this? You wait until you see how awesome this looks. Look at that. You now have a patterned piece with the red. Okay, now if I did it on the other side, if I did it on the smooth side, you would get more of a pattern. Now, this is not the red, this is the Floaty Flamingo, but you get more of a pattern like that, okay? So depending on which side you do it on, I wanted it to be like this, so I've done it on this side. So, but you can get really different looks. Here I haven't inked it up evenly, and I've got like more like a bit of an ombre type of look, which is quite good as well. All right. Those were both done with Floaty Flamingo. Now, the main thing that I want to tell you is the cleanup process here. I'm just going to use my handy dandy chamois that comes with the glass mat. I'm just going to wipe that embossing folder like that with my chamois, and bam, we have it clean. You can run it under water too if you feel like there's still a bit of a residue on there. Run it under water and it will clean it, because our inks are they are water-based. So so they will come out of your embossing folder quite easily. All right, so I've got that. I'm going to line that up on a Floaty Flamingo layer. All right, and then I'm going to use a combination of some of these hearts that I've done. Now, the other thing, sorry, I'm going to show you something else. So we can take another layer. I want to show you something else with that brayer. So, of course, to clean the brayer, I can run it on my mat, which I can easily do here on my chamois, and we can clean off that brayer, okay? So just by running it on our chamois, we can clean off that brayer. All right, but I am going to use the brayer again just to show you what we can do with the hearts. So I want to show you on, actually I want to emboss a piece first. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself here, but I do want to emboss one piece just like this first. Actually, I want to emboss it that way. I'm just going to run that through the embossing folder first so that I don't have ink on it, and then I'm going to show you. So I'm just going to quickly run that one through because I need it for my next card. Okay. I just wanted an embossed layer, okay, for my next card. All right, so now I'm actually going to do it with the red again, but I'm going to do it on just this side here. Okay, so I'm going to ink and make sure I get my brayer inked up well. I'm then going to, this side here. Just going to carefully brayer on those hearts. Now I'm only going to do that top section there because that's all my cardstock is going to fit. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm also going to pop my die in there, and then I'm going to pop my white bit of cardstock just over the top. So I'm going to carefully lay that down there. Okay, I'm going to close it up and I'm going to run that through the cut and emboss. So once again, with our base plate, number 1, we're going to run it through with the fold going through first, which is that way. Get it right. And then we're going to run that through with our number 4. Okay. So I just wanted to show you how we can get this look. Okay. There you go. Look at your hearts. You've got some gorgeous hearts now with some gorgeous printed color on them. Okay, and once again, clean out your embossing folder just with your chamois. Oh, I'm no good with real red. I end up with it everywhere, and I end up with it all over everything, over my fingers. Look at my hands. And I don't actually have any sanitizer. I'll just use some stamp cleaner on my hands. Okay, so just to get that red off as much as I can. So as you can see, the embossing folder is a really, really great thing to have. You can do so many different things with it. Okay, but let's get to card number 2. So card number 2, we have our white card base once again. So we're going to fold that in half and use my bone folder. There, like that. Okay, so this one here, we're going to adhere that embossed layer onto our Floaty Flamingo. Okay, so this is my free class to go this week. So using the Adoring Hearts, is that what's called? Adoring Hearts bundle? Yes, Adoring Hearts. Sometimes I get lost in the names of our new products. Julie says, "Hi Donna, glad you're still on. I saw you when I left work, but I thought I'd better not watch while you were driving." Yes, safer not to watch while you're driving. The idea of while you're driving is to watch the road. All right, so I'm going to do that. I'm also going to do some beautiful red hearts on here. And we've got some Flirty Flamingo ones. So I'm just going to do a combination of some hearts. We might even pop a couple of those in. Maybe a pink Flirty Flamingo, like that. And maybe one of those up the top. Okay. So I love this color combination. The Flirty Flamingo and the Real Red is just a really, really pretty color combination together. All right, so we've got that happening. So I'm actually going to just glue those down. So normally what I do is I do a bit of a dry run and then you can glue them down once you can see where you've got the placement right. That way. So going ahead and cutting some of these out ahead of time just makes it so much easier. Hearts, you can arrange them in a gorgeous arrangement all the time. Like, I don't think I ever get sick of playing around with the hearts. Okay, so I've just done a cute little arrangement of the hearts going all the way down there. And then I am going to pop that up on dimensionals onto my card front. So as you can see, the embossed hearts are really doing all the hard work. There's minimal stamping here. It's just creating a lot with the die cuts and the hearts, which is really, really cute. You think you get too distracted, Julie? I think you might. Not to say what the policeman's going to say if he pulls you up. Like, what are you going to say? Sorry, but Donna was on live. I needed to watch. Yes, I was in control of the car, but, you know. All right, so we're going to do that. We're then going to adhere that onto the front. Okay, now I'm going to take a strip of our basic white that I cut off when I'm doing my layers. I'm also going to take that stamp that says "To My Valentine," and we're going to ink that up, and we're going to stamp him down the bottom there, and hopefully I'm going to have a bit better day with it today than what I did yesterday. So I'm just going to grab my handy dandy little paper trimmer, and we will trim that down a little bit. About there. Yeah, that's good. Oh, I'll just trim that by hand. Okay, so "To My Valentine," we're going to that and that. Okay, so we're going to do that. I'm going to pop that up on dimensionals. Okay. And we will pop that on there. Now I've got some of these gorgeous gold hearts. So I'm just going to pop a gold heart just up there. So I'm going to pop it up on dimensionals. And I've also got some little die cut pieces as well, which can go in underneath this heart, and we'll just jazz it up a little bit. So we have that one there. And of course we have these cute little sprigs that we can pop one there, and we might pop one of these coming out through there. No, I think I might pop that one. Well, the thought process was there. Okay, I'm going to do that one in under there. If my glue will come out, there we go. We'll pop him in under there. Like that. And I think that one can pop coming up in through here. Like that. Okay, and then of course with the festive pearls we've got the red ones, so I think I'm just going to use some of the gorgeous red ones around just to bling that up a little bit. Maybe one in there, and there you have card number 2. Oh, sorry, we've got to do the insert. All right, so for the insert, what I thought I would do is just with that gorgeous little flower. Where have I got that? Here, this one here. Okay, so I think I'm going to do the Flirty Flamingo large flower. Do that like that. And then come in with the real red, and we'll have that there like that, and maybe there. All right, to my Valentine. Where's the bow? Well, it could be coming. All right, so I'm going to add that to the inside. Okay, like so. Okay, and seeing as Sue has mentioned the bow, I might just do a cute gold bow just to tie that gold in. Okay, there. I think a bow's going to really set it off. It's going to really finish it. It's not often I go bowless, no. It's like a card being half dressed. It's not dressed if it hasn't got a bow. Okay. Now, the problem is, where can I put it? No, I think I want to do it just there. I do. I want to do it just there. I've made a decision. It's going right there. Just like that. To my Valentine. There you go. Card number 2 done. All right, so let's move on to our third and final card. So I've got card number 1, card number 2. Let's move on to that final card. So what do you think about the Brayer? Do you think the Brayer is something that you may incorporate into your craft room? Do you think it's something that I'm going to double check that measurement on that because that looks a little bit too wide. No, it is right. Thought it was too wide for my card base, but it is right. So I'm going to fold my basic white card base over. Now, I've got a gorgeous piece of basic white that I have embossed with that layer. And then I thought I would go for, if I have some, the distressed gold. Surely I have some here. There it is. I knew I had some. So I'm just going to go for that distressed gold to go in underneath. So I'm going to cut that one at 5.5 by 3 3/4. There. Okay. This is going to be the blingy one. All right. So we've got that. That's going to layer up onto that. So we're going to get a gorgeous gold fine border. Now I'm going to put glue on that embossed layer, and we're going to glue that to that gold distressed paper. Now, if you're freaking out and you're saying, oh, you should have cut something out of the middle of it, go right ahead, people. If you're going to cut things out of the middle of it, for me, for videos, it's easy just to go with the flow. All right, so the reverse side of this paper gives us gorgeous gold images. Okay, so we've got, I cut out a few different ones. We've got gorgeous gold images, and I've also got a couple of gold hearts as well. So I'm just going to do an arrangement of these on the front here. And then I'm going to add a highlight of colour. That one. Maybe this one here. This one. Actually, I think that's enough. Just those ones. Although that one's really pretty. Maybe it could go there. I really needed a third gold one, but I only have 2 there. I really needed a third gold one down here, but I'm sure we can cope with that. Okay. All right. So that's looking really cute. Of course, we need to do the gold bow. So I'm going to bring in that gold trim that I just had. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to do it. Yes, I am going to do that one. I'm indecisive. All right. So I'm going to do my ribbon going down this way. So there and there. It would make a lovely wedding card. Correct. Gorgeous. Okay, so let's go like that. Oh, and let's get straight. Could help. Let's move this one. Okay, look at the red ink I have all over me. I'm shocking with real red. Who else is like that with real red? Honestly, every time I use real red, I end up with it all over my fingers everywhere. All right, so we've got that happening. Let's do that arrangement again. So we have this one, this one. Well, I'm doing a different arrangement here, but how did I have it? No, I had it over here. That's right. I had that one over there, had that one there, had this one here. We could do that one down. No, I feel like that one needs to go up there. Oh, let's do it like that. What do you think? Like our Stamping Lorraine, she said every time she uses real red or cherry cobbler, she looks like she's bleeding. Julie's saying, yes, me too. Doris is saying, hi, Robin. Leslie Smith's cherry cobbler is my nemesis. Yes, exactly. I think we're all a bit the same. All right, I'm going to pop up every single one of these hearts because I want this to go to a whole new level. So we have that. Jenny, you don't like using reds for that reason? It's okay. It'll only be a wash or 2 away. As a hairdresser, it was all right because I just had to do someone's hair and the ink would go. But I'm not a hairdresser anymore, so I don't have that luxury anymore of being able to just wash someone's hair or perm someone's hair and the colour would go. Okay, so we'll do that one there, this one. So, of course, the designer series paper that I'm using here is absolutely stunning. It's got gold foil accents on one side. It's got pink and so Flirty Flamingo and real red on the other side. There's some gorgeous pieces in here. I actually have been using some of the paper in my mum's album for her 80th birthday because I just thought it was absolutely stunning for the sections where I'm doing where they got married. Mum and Dad got married, so I'm doing an album from her parents and her birth right through to us kids and the life that she's had. So 80 years, they pack a lot in 80 years of things that they do, don't they? All right, so we have that. Of course, I'm going to do a gold bow for up the top. Okay, whoops. There. Nothing better than a white and gold card. It's just as nice as a black and white card, I think. gold and white. Okay, so I'm going to pop that up the top. Like so. And I'm going to, pop that up on dimensionals onto the front. Yes, Sue's saying that she doesn't use red on the photopolymers very much because it stains. They go to a nice vibrant pink. But, you know, sometimes I look at stamps and I think to myself, well, it just looks like they're loved. Yeah, they do stain. Honestly, I mean, give me red rubber stamps any day, to tell you the truth. Oh, I have a visitor. I'm nearly finished. All right, so we've got that. Now I'm going to cheat and I'm going to show you how you can use a different colour to make our insert look like, I'm not going to put anything on the front as far as a sentiment, but I'm going to do the insert and using some crumb cake, which will look like gold anyway. So I'm going to do one of those sentiments. Celebrate you. That's what I'm going to do, celebrate you. So I'm going to do that in crumb cake, and I'm also going to do the flowers in crumb cake, and that's going to look like I've actually done some gold. Heat embossing would be really, really good. Celebrating you. And then, of course, I think that large flower down in the bottom corner will look just perfect. And we could even do one up through there as well. But like as Doris said, very nice for a wedding card for sure. So Lighthouse Stamping with Lorraine is saying it's a kitchen cleaner for cleaning your sinks or cleaning the toilet. It's a powder. What did you say to use? Comet. Okay, so something called Comet. And it takes the red stain off, Lorraine? Yeah. All right, so we have that. And then, of course, we'll finish it off with some gold bling. Just in around those hearts. Okay. And there you have your third and final card for today's free card class. So as you can see, we've got 3 gorgeous, beautiful cards there using the Adoring Hearts bundle. So for anyone that places a $100 order using the host code up there with the QR code, or you can actually just click on the store link, the shop link down below in the description on YouTube or in the description of this video on Facebook, and it will take you straight through to my online store. So for anyone that purchases $100 or more during the 6th of February right through to the 10th of February, you will earn yourself a free kit to make 2 of each of these beautiful cards. So thank you very much for hanging out with me today. And I will be back on live again tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. with another awesome fun card for you and some crafting for you. So 8 a.m. Queensland time in the morning, and I will be back. So thank you everyone for hanging out with me. If this is the first time you've watched, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you give me the thumbs up and like and share my video so that more people can get to see the fun crafting that we've had this afternoon. Julie says she wants this set now. Well, what can I say, Julie? I do my job really well. I'm an enabler. I'm sorry, but yeah, it's a gorgeous set, and I think the embossing folder is the bomb. These hybrid embossing folders are fantastic to be able to emboss and cut out at the same time. Using the negative space, using the positive space is a really, really great embossing folder. Even if you got the embossing folder on its own and not the stamp set, you could do so much just with the embossing folder as well. All right, so thank you everyone. Have a great night, and I will see you all in the morning at 8 a.m.